Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're well. We've got some crazy action over the weekend. We had Trump coin and then Melania coin. Both got about a 100x move. I know a lot of people who lost a lot of money. I know a lot of people who made a lot of money. So Bitcoin is all over the place and there's so much speculation online. People are saying that we might be at the end of the bull market and we might see a big reversal. People are calling for the double top. Today I see a lot of people are calling for what's called the diamond pattern on the chart that might indicate reversal. So let's just jump into the charts and I will kind of walk you over what is the true setup on the chart and where it can go. Where are we in the cycle? Are we at the top? Do we need to sell everything? Again, guys, let's just go into the charts and we'll go over everything. So let me minimize this screen right here. And this is my trading view chart. So here we can see the Bitcoin chart. Okay, let me make it a little closer. And here's the thing. Today I saw several people online calling up for this what's called a diamond pattern, and you can see it better on a 4-minute chart. I'm sorry, on the 4-hour chart. So basically what it is when the price trades within kind of like a diamond, that is an indication of a reversal. Here's the thing, guys. You cannot look into a 4-hour chart and call out a macro top in the Bitcoin cycle. This is just crazy, crazy. Whenever you're like, you can see, guys, there's different ways to look at the chart. There's a 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart, 15-minute chart, whatever you can select. And basically what it indicates is this little candle will be a price action for that certain period of time. So in this case, it's a 4-hour time frame. So the more you increase and the more you kind of move towards the shorter time frame, the less technical analysis will work. Okay. Some people try to trade 2-minute chart, 10-minute chart. This is crazy. Okay, on a shorter time frame, there's a huge chance that you're gonna just like the price will shoot up through the resistance, go down through the support. And if you try to trade these things like on an intraday pattern, this is gambling. Okay, you're not gonna make any money of this. You're gonna lose all your money. This is 100%. Okay, so you might not listen to me, you might go and try, but this is the way it works, guys. Okay, if you want to look at a technical analysis, the best way to look at it is at a daily chart and then also at a weekly chart. So weekly chart is good. Then we have a monthly chart. And the more you move towards the longer time frame you have in the candle, the better macro pattern you can see. Okay, so I usually look at the daily charts, and on a daily chart, yes, there's a little bit of a diamond pattern, but this is complete BS, guys. I'm gonna delete it right now. I put it there just to show you what people are calling in for. Don't believe anything. Like, I went over and looked at the price of Bitcoin over the last several years, going all the way back to the bull cycle of 2021. And I can see one time when we saw a diamond pattern like that, exactly the same that we see right now. This was in 2021 on the way up, and it was right here. Okay, it was in December of 2020. Okay, so this is what it is. So we saw an up move, then we saw this diamond pattern, and then the price continued going up. Okay, so whatever we see right now, does not mean anything. This is just a sideways chop, and it does not indicate reversal, it does not indicate the top, and it's just BS. So when you're looking for patterns in technical analysis, you usually, when you look at the charts, it's going to be pretty obvious when the pattern is there. What a lot of people do is they try to look at the chart and they try to kind of squeeze the pattern out of it. They're like, okay, let me find something. Let me find some. I'm sure I'm gonna find something. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. A lot of times the market is completely unpredictable, so you have to wait for those opportunities to show up. Okay, and this is not a diamond pattern, guys. So whoever is calling for it, I don't know who was the first one to call for it. This is absolute BS. Okay, don't listen to any of those guys. So what is happening to Bitcoin? Okay, let's talk a little bit about the price action and what we can see, like where we are in the cycle. So we saw this big candle that was on Monday during the inauguration time. So the price went up, actually made a new all-time high around 109,000 and then came down. So if you look at this candle right here, this is actually a what we call a top and tail, which means that the price went all the way up and then it got pushed all the way down, and then it opened and closed within the lower half of the candle. Okay, and so this is a top and tail, but here we have also a bottom and tail. So which means that the price got up and then it closed within the upper half of the candle. This tail is definitely bigger, and then the price went higher. So we can say that there might be a little bit of a downside short term. I don't know where it can go. Might go here. There's a lot of support around this area because there's a downsloping channel, like downsloping trend line right here connecting these lows, and then there's an upsloping trend line that connects these lows right here, and they cross around the end of January, beginning of February. So will we see the price going here in this point around 87,000? We'll see. There's a chance that it will go there. Can it pierce and go lower? Yes, of course it can. Anything can happen in the markets. There is a chance that this is the top. However, I don't think this is the top because I don't think we are in that part of the cycle yet. Okay. We have to think also not only about the charts, we have to also think about the macroeconomics. And right now there's a lot of bullish indicators in macroeconomics around the crypto because we're gonna have regulations coming. We're gonna have potentially Trump signing the executive order about Bitcoin reserve, and so if we see governments start buying Bitcoin as their reserve, we're definitely gonna see price skyrocket a lot higher. Okay. The question is when it's gonna happen, because it might take some time for it to happen. I know a lot of people were hoping that Trump's gonna sign it within the first day of inauguration. Well, it didn't happen. Okay. So I don't think he's gonna cover it, and he's gonna potentially like eventually sign it. However, it might take time. It might not take a week. It might take a month. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. You don't know. Okay, so at some point it will probably be signed. That's what I personally think, and a lot of people probably will support me with this. However, you just have to accept that we just don't know when it's gonna happen. Nobody knows the future, guys. Okay. In terms of the technicals, so we are still in the uptrend. Okay, so if we're looking at the uptrend, the higher chance that the trend will continue than that the trend will break to the downside. And even if we pull back all the way to 73-ish thousand, we're still going to be in the uptrend. Okay, so there's still a lot of downside that we can see in Bitcoin and still be in a bull market. Heck, Bitcoin can break this line and go to 130,000, 120,000, and then crush back down below 100,000 before it makes the next leg up. Okay, so anything can happen in the markets. Again, nobody knows. In the short term, it is there are some concerns. One concern is this big top and tail. So we'd see that the Bitcoin is struggling to push through that support. I'm sorry, that resistance right here, which is this long trend line. So we'll also see this resistance, like the lower end of this channel, that got so it used to be a support, then it got broken. Now it became resistance. So then price kept staying below it, and then it tried to break it, and it didn't. Okay, so again, right now it's about 50-50. You just don't know. Okay, so if you want to hold Bitcoin long term, if you believe in the asset, if you plan to hold it until like your retirement, let's say 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it might be, even 10 years, then it doesn't really matter when you buy. You can buy right now. Because if your narrative that Bitcoin will keep going up over the long run, like look at where Bitcoin was 10 years ago. Okay, so if your narrative is to hold for 10 years, then you're just gonna go ahead and you can just buy now if you have spare money, and then add more if it goes down. However, if you want to trade it and if you want to sell it within like a few months, if you want to buy it right now and then sell in a few months at a higher price, then you might risk that then Bitcoin can go down from here and then go up. Okay, so you might get better chance in the future to enter at a better price. At this point, we just don't know. Can this tomorrow go up and break it on some news? Let's say Trump will sign some Bitcoin paper tomorrow, like strategic reserve, executive order, or whatever. Yes, it's unpredictable. However, like right now, it's a 50-50 chance. Okay, let's face it. Like we don't see anything crazy on technicals. We see that it's struggling to break the resistance. And then we also see a little uncertainty about when Trump is going to sign the executive order. So yeah, at this point we can just stay on the sideline. However, I really don't think we're at the end of this bull cycle. We're still, like, just recently in October of last year we were at 66K. So come on, guys. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So don't sweat it too much. So then let's go to this graph right here that I prepared for you. And basically what this is so these are Bitcoin cycles that are just superimposed against each other. And you can see that, so the blue line is the first cycle when we did from the bottom to the top, Bitcoin did almost like over 200x return. Of course, we're probably not going to see it in this cycle. Then the second cycle, this is the yellow line, Bitcoin did around 100x. And then this third cycle, which was 2021, Bitcoin did about 20x from the bottom. Okay, and basically you can see that there is diminishing return in each cycle. But remember, it's not only diminishing return, it's also a diminishing downside. So when Bitcoin finally reverses and it goes into what's called a crypto winter or a bear market, there's a big chance that Bitcoin will not crash as much as it crashed during the last cycle. There's a good chance that Bitcoin might crash about 50%. Okay, and that's it. So just something to think about. The red line is where we are in this cycle, and you can see that this is where we are. So this area right here, it's about 240, 250 days after the halving. So this is a day of the halving right here. And then about 240, 250 days, we see a crash, like a mini crash in Bitcoin price that we've been discussing. Okay, I told you about this, guys, before. And after that, Bitcoin goes into that final run up. Okay, so we are at exactly that time frame when the crash is over and Bitcoin should go on the run up, just according to the cycles. So if the history repeats itself, then pretty soon we're gonna start seeing a crazy up move, and then the cycle might end sometime this year, and we can see Bitcoin general crypto bear market. Okay, so this is where we are in the cycle. That is another reason, like this whole chart is another reason why I think we are still going to see a lot of upside momentum in Bitcoin and in altcoins. Okay. So now let's talk about altcoins. So let's talk about Ethereum. I know a lot of you guys are curious about Ethereum, and it's still kind of not performing as well as we expected to do. However, this is a very interesting pattern on the chart that actually might be playing out, and what's it called is it's called the reverse head and shoulders. And basically reverse head and shoulders, and this is the actual pattern when it takes from March of 2024 to like February of 2025, potentially March 2025, we're talking about a year of time frame. This is the pattern, you know, it's not a diamond, but like if you had a diamond pattern that will spread over the year long, this is a macro diamond pattern that, like on Bitcoin that we talked before, that could potentially crash the price down a lot. It's not that BS diamond pattern that you guys call over a weekly, like over last week's price action. Okay, so this might play out as a reverse head and shoulder, and basically what this is we have a shoulder, we have a head, and then we are potentially forming another shoulder. So this is a pattern in technical analysis that is very common on the charts, and this usually indicates that the price will go up. Okay, so this is a reversal of a down move. Hopefully it plays out and Ethereum goes up. But again, it might take some time for it to play out. And one of the reasons why, sorry, let me delete this. Delete this thing right here. So one of the things that are bullish indicators about Ethereum price is, let's look at this right here. And this is from Yahoo Finance. Basically, what happened is the Trump-backed World Liberty Financial, and World Liberty Financial is the crypto project that was launched by Trump. So it bought a lot of different cryptocurrencies, and then here is their official statement on X that they did, and basically what they bought is they bought $47 million worth of Ethereum. They bought they bought $47 million worth of wrapped Bitcoin, and basically what wrapped Bitcoin is, it's a Bitcoin that is in Ethereum blockchain. So there's a smart contract that's created in Ethereum blockchain, and basically it's buying Bitcoin, it's wrapping it, it's locking it into Ethereum contract, and then you own it. So it's technically like ETF. Basically, it's like Ethereum ETF where you don't buy Bitcoin directly, you buy it through like you buy into Bitcoin ETF, and then the fund that manages the ETF, they buy Bitcoin, they hold it for you. It's like a gold ETF or whatever. So this same thing, it's like a That's what we call a digitalization of the asset. So it's a digitalization of Bitcoin on Ethereum blockchain. I know it might sound a little confusing, but you guys might research on your own if you want to know. But basically, one rep Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Okay, so they bought 47. Oh, I'm so sorry. They bought $47 million worth of Bitcoin, and then they bought $4.7 million worth of Avi, and then the same amount of Link, the same amount of Tron, and the same amount of ENA. Okay, so this is where these are actually very bullish news for Ethereum, I think, because this whole fund, World Liberty Financial, is actually created on Ethereum. That's why they're buying wrapped Bitcoin, because this whole fund is basically created on Ethereum blockchain. So we definitely see that, like, even if Trump believes in Ethereum, this is a good indicator that Ethereum is a very strong project. There's still so much like DeFi that is going on it, and then basically, like recently, even Bank of America came out and said that like we're ready to jump into crypto and to DeFi. We just need regulation, and now we are going to get regulation. So this is very good. Also, we can look into this chart, and basically these are two superimposed charts. So this blue line is the balance sheet of the Fed, of Federal Reserve, and what that means is, so when balance sheet of the Federal Reserve is going up, that is called a quantitative easing. When Fed is buying assets, and that injects liquidity into the markets, and this liquidity has to park somewhere. So usually that is good for risk assets like stocks and crypto. And when the Fed balance sheet is expanding, that's when risk assets tend to go up significantly. Right now, since 2022, since around like May timeframe of 2022, we see the shrinking of the Fed balance sheet, which means that we're in QT, or quantitative tightening, which means that the liquidity is getting sucked out of the market. Okay, so basically, what that means is it's not very good for risk assets. And here on the bottom, we have a superimposed chart of Ethereum dominance. And what Ethereum dominance is basically a percentage of like Ethereum based on the broad crypto market. Okay, and I'm not sure if it's Ethereum Bitcoin dominance or it's just general Ethereum dominance, but they are, like, the charts are very similar. So we can see that when Ethereum dominance goes down, that's actually when Fed's balance sheet is going down. And then when Fed's balance sheet started going up, Ethereum dominance goes up, because Ethereum is more risk asset than Bitcoin. Okay, so right now we see that the Fed balance sheet is actually going down. So, which means that we're still in quantitative tightening, which hopefully some point soon will change. Maybe next week, because next week there's going to be a Fed meeting, and then Jerome Powell will do a speech. So we're going to definitely wait for that. It's probably going to be a very volatile event, and there's a chance that Bitcoin is consolidating and doing this sideways move until that time, and maybe that's going to be the catalyst that will shoot Bitcoin up or down. But definitely, if we start seeing some quantitative easing, that's when Ethereum price will probably start going up, and we might see it very soon, because we've been in QT for a long time. It's been already almost 3 years, and it usually does not end up well. So either the assets sell off like crazy, we see a big sell off in the stock market, and then the Fed starts printing money again. But there should be some catalyst. Of course, they're very afraid of inflation. They're trying to make sure that inflation comes down all the way to 2% before they can start going and doing QE. But again, we just have to wait and see. But I definitely think that when we start seeing QE, that's when Ethereum will pump. Right now, Ethereum, I think it's definitely accumulation phase. So it's good to buy Ethereum right now, or maybe wait until it pulls back a little bit more. So if this head and shoulders is gonna play out, we actually this head and shoulders. So the lower part of the shoulder goes at $2,800. So this would be a lower target for the price. So this lows right here, if price shoots all the way down to $2,800, this would be a hell of a buy on Ethereum. Okay. I still have some cash that I hold just in case something happens. Something like that happens when we see a little bit of a sell-off. So again, there's no way to see right now, but this shoulder technically is still not completely formed. So again, those patterns, they're never ideal, but you can definitely see it. And if we see that pullback, that'd be a good opportunity to buy Ethereum. And then let's look at XRP. So XRP is a very interesting chart. We saw that bullish wedge right here, it broke up, and then right now we're just doing kind of the same thing. We're basically having a bull flag. This is literally a bull flag. What bull flag is when we see an up move and then we see a sideways move that has a little bit of down momentum. This is exactly what's called a bull flag. We saw it right here. So we saw an up move and a bull flag, up move, bull flag, up move, a bigger wedge slash bull flag or bull wedge, move up, bull flag. So we're just waiting for the next up move. I definitely think XRP still has a lot of room to go in this cycle. Okay, so this is where we are on crypto. I wanted to show you one stock that I recently saw, and it's called Wolfspeed. So basically, Wolfspeed is a company that does next generation semiconductors that are made of silicon carbide, not the regular silicone. And the stock price has just been hammered since 2022. The stock price is down crazy amount. It's down 96%. So there's been a lot of things going on about this stock. So there's a lot of short sellers that were trying to suppress the price of the stock down. And there's a lot of also selling from the company itself, because basically what they were trying to do is they were trying to get the government money from a CHIP Act, I think it's called, where government can give away, I think it's like up to $1 billion or $1.5 billion for like to sponsor new technology and semiconductors. And basically the government told them that they need to raise $200 million first before they can get the funding. And they were raising this money just by selling off the stock. So recently they finally were done with their sell-off. So they sold and they raised all the way to $200 million. So now they potentially can receive funding from the government. And also the stock is very risky, don't get me wrong, very risky. But silicon carbide semiconductors, you can Google about it, and you can just ask ChatGPT, that will tell you. It is considered the future of semiconductors because there's something about the material that it's there's a lot more efficiency in it, and it's basically better technology for semiconductors. This company is not like a competition to NVIDIA, but they specialize on making semiconductors for EVs, electric vehicles, and then for power stations, for like all kind of like renewable energy, data centers. So it's definitely a good at this level, especially when we see crazy semiconductor stocks that are ripping, like going to crazy valuations. This is a very interesting buy, and if you just have a few bucks that you don't need and you just want to pretty much like gamble and see if you can make a lot of money of it, I think this is a very good stock to get into and hold. However, again, very risky. There's a chance it's going to go to zero. They do have a lot of cash on their balance sheet. I think they have like 1.6 billion in cash. So they also have a very strong revenue because they do make products and they have actual revenues and they constantly improving. So this is something for you to just, if you guys want some type of a penny stock that potentially might go very high, this might be a good opportunity. And then let's look at AMD. So AMD's been hammered a lot. Basically, AMD went down from its high in 2024 in March. It went down 50%. So this is a very big decline, and the valuation of the company is good. Also, I saw an article on Motley Fool where they said that they released a double down alert on AMD stock. They said it's an opportunity of a decade to buy a AI stock at a crazy low valuation. And basically they're claiming that every time they issue a double down alert, it's supposedly a very good opportunity to buy something, because last time they did it, it was like, I think in 2007 they did it for Netflix. And if you would have put $1,000 in Netflix in 2007 when they put a double down alert, right now you would have $500,000, like 500x your money. And then there's been some other stocks that they put double down alerts on, and they're saying that a lot of them performed very well. I personally do not track Motley Fool all the time, so I don't know. But the technicals on the chart look really good, because you can see there's a parallel channel, and it hit like lower end of that parallel. So when it hit it right here, I didn't buy it at the exact bottom, but around $118, I bought a lot of AMD stock, and right now I'm up in my position about 6%. So it's still at 122 bucks. So if you guys want a very nice stock that profitable, strong company that can potentially have a lot higher valuation in the future, I think AMD is a good buy right now. So this is something that you might want to look into. Okay. All right, guys. So this is where we stand in markets right now. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember that none of this is a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so if you invest your money, you probably have to talk to a certified financial advisor and get your personal situation evaluated. And remember, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose, because investing is risky, and all these things, technical analysis, it's all it never works 100% of the time. Okay, so just be careful, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.